Namaskar and welcome to another inspiring episode of Voice of Valor. This is a space where we bring to you stories of courage that don't just inspire us, they redefine what leadership looks like. And today I have the honor to host a woman whose journey is a testament to what happens when grit meets purpose. She's a retired naval veteran officer, an adventurer, a Chevening scholar, and one of India's finest mariners. She has circumnavigated the globe not just once, but twice. First, as a part of the iconic Navika Sagar Parikrama, and then as a crew member in the Ocean Globe Race 2023 to 2024. She's also honored with Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award and the Nari Shakti Purishkar, and she stands today as a powerful voice shaping the future of maritime leadership and governance. Please join us in welcoming none other than Lieutenant Commander Payal Gupta.
Thank you so much, Vandana. That was a really big introduction, I would say. But thank you for giving me this chance to share my story with you at Wiki.
Thanks, Payal, and the pleasure is all ours. So I'll start by asking you, about your journey. You began your journey with the NCC, and then you went on to join the Indian Navy, an institution which is known for discipline, courage, and service. Now, how did your years as a woman in the uniform shape you as a leader, as an adventurer, and a global mariner that you are today?
Thank you for the question once again. So as you already mentioned that I was part of NCC, I think that was a point where it all started. Like once you start taking the responsibility, being in a team, and you get to know how the forces work, so it eventually becomes ingrained in you because of the training, because of the life which we see around us, the people whom we see as mentors, as the senior officers, the colleagues. So I think that everything plays a small but a major part in making you a leader. Also, adventure part was something different for me because when I think of adventure in Navy, I always think of oceans. So I think the adventure came along with the Navy because I wanted to explore oceans. And that was somewhere hidden inside me because I'm from Uttarakhand, coming from mountains, and I saw oceans for the first time after joining Navy. So there was a huge gap where I missed the oceans, and that is where the sailing thing came in, and I started learning about the sailing, about how you gain experience that from the academy. And then I kept on volunteering, and it was just natural. And since we always say that there is no age to learn new things, so I started learning when I was 25 after joining. Then it was like never looking back in that respect.
Right. Thanks for sharing that, Payal. So your journey eventually also led you to be a part of the iconic and historic Navika Sagar Parikrama, where it was a team with six Indian naval women officers who circumnavigated the globe, and you being one of the first women crew member out of the six, to do that. An expedition like this is also a lot about teamwork, as it is about the skill. Now, how did six women from different backgrounds come together to form a unit which was capable of surviving and succeeding in world's toughest waters, right? And as someone who was later honored by both the Prime Minister of our country and the President of our country, right? How do you look back at the impact of that extraordinary mission on your life and on India's maritime story? Over to you.
Thanks. Uh, I think the impact, I would say about the impact because it is a huge impact overall. If we see now, since the circumnavigation was 1718, And the training of circumnavigation actually began in 14. So the training began in 14, but the process of selecting the candidates and the officers and the project began way earlier. Like it would have started in 2011 because that's when the previous circumnavigation done by retired Commander Donde and retired Commander Abhilash Tommy. That was the second circumnavigation. So that was completed in 2013, 14, and 11, 12. And then the third circumnavigation was thought of. So the process began like way earlier, and the selection of team started. And then in 2014, it all started coming together, and I joined the team in 2000. 6 months of training was already done. So, the impact which I see of the circumnavigation on Navy and on the ocean sailing was really great and huge in terms of getting a chance to sail all around the world. And that too, being a women officer was a great deal for us. And we were doing it for the first time. So, whenever you are doing anything for the first time, you have a lot of responsibility in order to do it like perfectly and to prove yourself to the others, and also to on your own, like you want to prove that okay, if this was done earlier by men. So can be done, same thing can be done by women too, because the boat doesn't know the difference between men and women. It is just thing which we are steering. So, in that respect, there was a lot of responsibility, and we were only thinking about finishing the circumnavigation and coming back. We never thought that we will not be able to do it. So, it was a life-changing journey, I would say. We learned a lot during the whole process of training, the 3 years which we sailed. Actually, there is a very good fact in this that we have sailed more while getting trained than during the circumnavigation itself. So we have sailed more than 25,000 nautical miles before starting the circumnavigation. So, that much and that sort of practice and training is required to do such huge thing. And there, after I see my juniors, Lieutenant Commander Dilna and Rupa recently completed the duo circumnavigation. So both of them did again, and but there were only two women officers instead of six. So that is like another step ahead, because they have taken the leap forward. And I see so many other junior officers are coming into sailing. The impact of maritime is growing in India. So somewhere or the other, it has added, because now people, when think of us as in Navy, they don't just think that we are there at base and doing a normal logistic job or administrative job, which is important. But now women officers are getting posted on board ships. They are commanding the ships. That has given a certain pathway and not just defined by only few rules. So I think it. Thank you so much for this question.
Yeah. No, that's simply incredible, Commander Payal, because I think stories like these, they pave path for future generation, and women will definitely look up to you for inspiration, right? And not just that, Payal, later you went on to also participate in the Ocean Globe race. Now, that is, a fully crewed round the work yacht race, right? So during this race, even while you were in the Navy, I'm sure there must have been some moments where, you would have had moments of fear and uncertainty. So can you share one such moment, during that entire time sailing on the ocean and sea? How did you overcome those moments, and how did your training help you push through those moments?
The Ocean Globe race in itself, the participation in that kind of race was a big deal for me, because I I was not a racer kind of person because previous to this, I have a few races like Cape to Rio and I have done circumnavigation, but they were not time constrained. They were not like we were not someone that we want to finish. But is like crazy. So you are running against the time because you want to be at a podium position and you are giving more than 100%, like every moment you are. It was really exhilarating. I was women from around the world. We were like women on board, and everyone belonged to different countries. From South Africa, there were women from Afghanistan who were shooting all of us, making videos for us. She was part of media team. So, and one from Italy, US. So it was global representation. And in just one boat, staying together, and it's like a 50-foot boat. So it was altogether different experience from what I have done in Navy. And it was much more tougher for me. But on that thing because my training during the Navy that made me mentally so prepared for all these things which are coming. Like, so there were few small incidents which should happen on board, like a sail would get torn in the middle of night and everything would go haywire. So these were the fearful moments because you don't want to be in the middle of ocean, not going anywhere in no direction. So that was one of the moments I would always remember because I was like, okay, now what will we do? You cannot carry extra sails during that race. And like you're not allowed to carry, that was the rule of the race. And this race was like you are sailing in 1970s. So you don't have mobile phones, you don't have laptops along with you. They limited communication with the sat phones that happens during with the team of the captain of the team and the management. So so we are like in the middle of the night. There was like 30-40 knots of wind blowing and the sail has come off. Now you have to take it completely to like whole night we were like stitching this sail and we were working on it, and everyone has just slept for an hour in those 24 48 hours, and then we were just trying as there was sunlight, and next morning the sail was ready and we were like, okay, let's take the sail up back and try to hoist it. And in this way we actually like teamwork matters a lot in every situation. No one gave up, so we were able to do it, and we came out winning in that race. We were the first one to reach that position, and it was really a nice feeling because we were the only all women boat. Other boats had women, but there were also men along with them. So it was a good feeling of like all women team winning the ocean race. And yeah, that gave me so much experience, which I can utilize and now apply in my different work and jobs.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just about the skill of sailing. It's a lot about teamwork in situations like these. It's about instinct. It's
Right.
about discipline, right? And the inner anchor
Agree.
and courage that makes all the difference. So thanks for sharing
I
that.
agree.
Yeah, and yeah, I would also like to understand, that Navy, places you in situations where the stakes are really high, right? The variables are unpredictable, and team is everything. Now, how did these experiences, which you shared in the previous, question that I'd asked, um, shape your leadership philosophy, right? Particularly, when you had to guide your team members or crew in the moments of pressure and uncertainty, and down the line, now that you're into academics, right? How is all these experiences adding on to your leadership skills?
Definitely, if I see myself today and if I see as a 20-year-old Payal, I see a huge difference in myself. And I think leadership is nothing but the experiences which you have gained over the time. Because as a kid, I would not say that I was a leader, that I could just handle my classroom or I could be there doing everything. But today I can say that because those small experiences which added every day in my life had shaped me overall. For today, if you tell me, okay, I have to conduct a event and I have all the responsibility of taking care of the logistics, the communication, and the different stuff, I can do it because we do that every day during our job in Navy. So that is where, like, I think working in armed forces, you learn everything. So you will be doing your things on your own. You will be managing the high operations. You will be the difficult situations on your own. So all these things really help me building my personality. And at that point of time where I wanted to give up the few times when I was doing my SSB because I have given six SSBs and I cleared into Navy for my sixth attempt. So I wanted to give up. I wanted to say, okay, maybe this is not for me. But it's good that I kept trying age because whatever I learned during the naval tenure and during the time in armed forces was ahead of my other counterparts, I would say, because there is so much dynamics and so much, the environment is so different there that it builds you for anything and everything in life.
Right.
So,
And training in the defense is not just about, the physical training, but I think it's also about character building, right? And I think,
true.
I've seen the people from the defense navigating through any situations and challenges in life post their stint in the defense as well. Commander Payal, you also represented India with honor. You've been honored with the Tenzing, Norgay, and National Adventure Award and the Nari Shakti Puraskar, one of the two India's highest recognitions. Now, what do Tenzing Norgay Award and the Nari Shakti Puraskar mean to you as someone who served the nation?
I think they are part of the journey. Like, I don't feel like it is something extraordinary that I have achieved, but they are there as a recognition, and I'm like full of gratitude that I God gave me that power and strength that I could receive it. But then I always think of ahead and I always think of future and I want to keep much more bigger aims. So they are part of my journey. I have received it and I'm happy for it, but I always look ahead. So yeah, I'm thankful for it. But
I love how grounded your answer is,
but
and the
I think
fact.
that is how I am,
Uh,
and I feel happy about it. But I don't always think about it. It's
okay.
done. It's in the past.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So currently, you are pursuing MSc in Maritime Policy and Shipping Management, right? As a Schevening scholarship. You've also got this Schevening scholarship, right? And this again, is a testament of your determination, right? So, what motivated you to apply for that scholarship? And if you could just share your selection journey and how did this entire academic experience shape the next phase of your work in maritime policy, so that women who are watching, right, they can navigate through something like this. Yeah, over to you.
Uh, Thank you. So, what happened after leaving Navy? After completing the Ocean Globe race, I retired after 10 years. So there was a huge gap between the industry and between what I know. So, and I always want to work for maritime industry. Like this is like what I think my passion lies in. Uh, I thought, what better way to increase your knowledge? You must like I must do masters, and to do masters, like UK is hub for maritime. There is so much happening in maritime field in UK. It has all the advanced knowledge, the green technology, the shipping industry is going toward net zero emission. So I wanted to learn about all this, and I thought, okay, it will be great if I can get a scholarship because getting a scholarship, it's not only means like you are just getting money out of it, but it is more about getting into a network where you will get to know so many other people. Like Chevening Scholarship is given by UK government in support of the like my scholarship is in support with government. So Higher Education Uttarakhand government and UK government. But along with this, the network of the Chevening alumni is almost around 60,000. So, you get in contact with so many people, you have great networking opportunities. The people who are working in industry, you can meet them. And also, see a different world altogether while studying in UK. So I have always like done my masters, my schooling, my graduation was done in India.
Right.
So it is a different world altogether while being here. And it is a difficult one because there is like very few people who get selected for this. We are 57 scholars from India this year,
Okay.
and in total, 1,400 people got selected from all over the world and representing their countries. So it is very important to know what you really want to do because that is what they are looking for. They are looking for leaders who can lead in their industry in which they want to study. And in future, like we can help the upcoming generation to become the leaders. So that is the basics that is looked after. And the process is simple. Need to fill the application form for different universities. You have to select the three universities, and then you have to apply for the scholarship. There you have to answer 5 to 6 questions, and after your application gets selected, you have to clear the interview. So yeah, the process is a bit difficult. It takes about an year. So for 1 year, I was almost engrossed in this process. And once I'm here, I'm taking full advantage of my master's and trying to absorb as much as I can.
Right. Thanks for sharing that. And I'm sure people who are looking at this scholarship will definitely get some insights from whatever you've shared. Right. So, Payal,
Sure.
if you could distill your entire journey, right? You've been in the Navy, you've done a lot of adventurous expeditions, and now you're in academic pursuit, right? So, if there's one message, of valor for India's next generation of leaders and women, what would it be?
I am always confused in this question because there is so much to say, but I would always tell this to younger generation that always aim for big goals, always aim for big things, because when you think about it and when you want to achieve it, then only it will happen. And the hard work, the efforts will only come out when you think big. So always aim for bigger goals so that you can achieve them. And nothing is impossible. That is true. In my case, it is true. So I believe in it.
Yeah. Thanks so much for that lovely message and simple, powerful, and deeply reflective of who you are. So, thank you so much, Commander Payal. It was a pleasure having you. Your journey across oceans and institutions continue to light way for so many young women, who are watching you today and who are dreaming of the sea. It's been a pleasure to have you
It's
on Voice of Valor.
Thank you so much. It
Thank you
was
so much
lovely.
and wish you all the best. Yeah. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Bye.